to try a little something. Betsy, we've got a sugar container there. Would you take out one of each of those varieties of sweeteners? Actually, some are sugar and some are artificial. There's the pink and there's the blue and there's the white, and now we've come out with brown. I haven't quite figured that out. I'd like you to have a choice of whichever you like. So which one do you want to use, and the others we'll get rid of?
Okay, I'll take the brown.
Oh, the natural stuff. Okay, so we'll get rid of these. I also have a quarter, and I'd like you to take this permanent marking pen and put a mark on that quarter so we'll know it's your quarter, and we'll always keep track of it. You can cap the pen. She's placed a nice B right across. Is that B for Betsy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, of course. What else? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the sugar packet and the quarter in the hand. The object is to make something happen. Betsy, would you squeeze my hand as tight as you can? Fuse the two together. If something happens, won't this be wonderful? Let go. They fused.
It's inside there?
Well, who knows?
No.
Let's take a look. We'll open the sugar packet. Can I have your hand, Betsy?
Oh
Would
my
you
gosh!
open that or look at that?
Wow, this is good.
Is that your mark?
Oh my.
Yeah.
This is good.
Where do they get such talent at these prices? I'll never know. This trick is just, will really knock them dead if done correctly, and I'm going to show you how to do that. First thing you do, of course, is you get a coin. It's always best if you can borrow a coin. You want to make it a quarter if possible because it's bigger and it is more visual. But it'll work with a nickel as well. I wouldn't do it with anything smaller. Then some sugar. If you're in a restaurant, all this stuff is available, of course, and you have the person take out as many varieties as there are. It makes no difference. The more the merrier. In this case, we have 4, pretty much the standards you find nowadays. And it's very important now to have the coin marked. I mean, this trick is not anywhere near the miracle it is if the coin isn't marked, because they'll never believe it's the same coin that appeared inside the sugar packet. That means that you need a little preparation in that you need to have a permanent marking pen, one of these laundry markers, or they sell these in the stationery stores. Everybody has them nowadays. And then you have the person mark the coin, and you tell them you simply want them to be able to verify that this is the exact same coin at the end of the trick as the one we started with. Of course, don't tell them what's going to happen. Thank you. Tiffany's placed a nice big T across that coin. Then you say, I'd like to eliminate all but one of those packets of sweetener. So, Tiffany, you have an absolutely free choice. Which one do you want to use? They choose one of them. You get rid of the others. And here's what happens. We use the ultimate utility move. Again, here's it comes into play. It's not a trick in itself, but it sure makes this trick work. So what you're going to do is, it actually has a great conditioning in this one, in that you're going to condition the people to believe that this action of picking something off the table is legitimate simply because you're going to do it for real with the sugar pack. So you say, watch, we're going to take the sugar pack and the coin, place them in this hand. Now, of course, the coin never went in. And it's a great conditioning process when you pick up that sugar packet and you simply drop it in your hand and then let the coin go right off the edge of the table and just tap the sugar packet. It sounds just like you placed it in there. You have to time closing the hand when you do that, otherwise you'll do that and they'll say, hey, where'd the coin go? It never went in. So the closing of the hand is obviously very important to time it with placing the coin in there. You just tap it and it makes just enough sound to make people believe that the coin went in. And you say, now grab my hand and squeeze it as tight as you can and see if you can't fuse those two together. Now while they're doing that, you're just telling them to squeeze it, you can just let the hand drop to your lap. Don't shoot it under there because it'll cause suspicion, but just let it drop to your lap and say, yeah, squeeze it good and tight. At that point, you retrieve the coin. Now again, almost every time I do the ultimate utility move and something goes in my lap, I have a napkin in my lap spread across my legs. And it makes a great catch-all for everything that goes into your lap. And it's very common to have that because you're sitting in a restaurant and you just spread it across your knees and everybody else has got it too. They just don't know they can do great magic with it. So you've got somebody squeezing your hand now and you say, great, squeeze it as tight as you can. The hand drops to the lap and gets the coin. And then you can say, okay, you're squeezing it tight? Great. Well, how can you explain this? Now your hand comes right back up. It's holding the coin right here in the cupped fingers and it's just resting on the table. And then you let that drop. They'll look for the coin and say, gee, it's not there. And let them drink that in for a minute, and then just pick up the packet just like you would, when you shake it, you're going to put it in your coffee. Shake it down like this, and then just bring it to the other hand, because you need the other hand to rip the top off, and lay it right on top of the coin. So you've got this kind of at the tips of the fingers, and you say, watch. Put it right on top of the coin. Now, they don't have to see your open fingers. I'm being a little more open than I would be. I'll say, watch, and I just put it right on the coin and rip the top of the packet open. The coin is right underneath the packet here. And say, hold out your hand, and now you just take these fingers and lever up. I'm taking the coin with it. Lever this up, and as you pour it, you just let it drop from behind the packet into their hand. Okay, so the hand drops into the lap. It just grabs the coin, just lets it rest in the fingers, and then works its way back to the top of the table as the sugar packet is dropped. And then you shake this, and then simply put it on top like that. And it's covering the coin. Now, they can be looking from this side. They don't have to see into your hand. And just use your thumb to rip the sugar packet off. And then grab them both. And as you grab them, just grab them both and tip it up like so. So you see the coin is behind, and then just drops out as you pour it into their hand. And that's the way it works. And just let it, just look smug and let them look at that and try and figure it out.